The ARLA Elite Series semifinal would be held at the Decatur Raceway in Illinois. The Smash Beer Pole Award would go to Vinienzo driving car number 22. Vinienzo gets a great jump over Lay Gurel at the start, but coming into that really tight left and right-hander, Gurel is going to get under the 22 and make a move for the lead, and you see several cars going off towards the back. Contact between DJ Daniels and Chris Johan sends the 64 off the track, and you see a bunch of other cars spinning towards the back. Let's have another look at it, this time focusing on Elmer Fox in the 31. He gets turned around by Justin Parker, Kurt Walker, Dale Underwood, Jared Anderson, Bobby Porto, and Jason Bates goes spinning. Scott Morales in the 76 also went off the course. He almost rear ends the 51. This has not been a very good start for Fox's ARLA debut. He could very possibly be the oldest driver to ever compete in an ARLA race. However, he declined to reveal his real age out of fear of being denied a competitor's license. In the meantime, points leader Hinata Hyuga would sweep around Lay Gurel and Vinienzo to take the lead for herself. This is Tyson Lautenschlager making his second ARLA Elite Series start, replacing the injured James West in car number 69. Lautenschlager took to that team very well with a solid qualifying effort and running in the top 10 at this point in the race. Vinienzo would not be done with Hinata Hyuga. The 39 overshoots the kink a little bit, Vinienzo doesn't, and he is going to take the lead away from her. Henrietta Laverne III would be making her ARLA Elite Series debut in the Gravity Racing 00 car. Unfortunately, she would be stuck running low midfield at the moment. Last time this car saw the track was when Zach Gott finished in the top 5 with it at Pocono. Michael White avoided the big wreck on lap 1. However, here comes Laura Cyrus. She's going to give the Zero a tap coming into the kink and spins White off the course. Back up front, Vinienzo is going to be challenged for the lead by Lance Andrews. There you see Shane Lake in 3rd. This is easily one of Lake's best performances of the season. Enzo and Andrews would fight for quite a while coming through the S's, but the 72 would ultimately overpower Enzo. Coming into this race, Hinata Hyuga had an 87-point lead over DJ Daniels. If she leaves this race with more than 58 points over second place, she will clinch the title. Daniels has a lot of ground to make up on the 39, and unfortunately, he's not doing that right now. He is running in 14th at the moment, while Hyuga is 6th. Alex Carson, the driver sitting in 3rd, has even more ground to make up, and he is even further back than the 90. Hyuga's lead over Carson coming into this race was 102 points. Lance Andrews now has about a 20-car length lead over Vinienzo. Just like when he ran in the TM Master Cup Series, Andrews has shown a lot of speed this season, however he just doesn't have the luck to back it up. At Buffalo, he was never able to get his car in the right place in the draft. At Pocono, he lost a drag race to Brenda Riggs, and at Vancouver, he spun himself out while leading. Coming to the hill, Kevin Monroe's car doesn't turn on him. He spins off the course and into the wall. Monroe was 5th in points coming into this race, but I think it's pretty obvious that all that's going to change. Problems are going to strike DJ Daniels on the worst possible day. The 90 gets under Philip Davidson, who overshoots a corner. He drifts back into the 53 and into the 90, and DJ Daniels goes around. Luckily, no one hits him, but Daniels loses several positions. There goes Alex Carson. With no full course yellows to help him, it's going to take a miracle for Daniels to get all those spots back. The rest of the leaders would catch up to Lance Andrews, and there goes Shane Lake for the lead. However, coming through the S's, Andrews is going to overpower him and keep the lead. But still, this is a great performance from Lake. He is going to the 165 car at Jaguar Racing next season, and we're beginning to see why. Lake would get another shot at the top spot coming out of turn 2. This time, as he gets around on the 72, he's going to make it stick and take the lead. Unfortunately, this would be short-lived, as Vinienzo immediately got a run on the 12 and took the lead for himself. But Lance Andrews will be right there, and coming to the kink, Vinienzo gets loose, has to brake really hard to avoid spinning out, and this allows Andrews to get a huge lead. Scott Hamilton was involved in the lap 1 incident, and his dismal race is going to get worse. He gets into Earl McDermott at the hill and gets hit by Olivier Martinez. Laura Cyrus thinks that she has nowhere to go, despite having all the room in the world to get around the 74. Hamilton is normally very good at these road courses, but it's stuff like this that keeps him from finding success. Shane Lake's great performance is going to come to a screeching halt when he overshoots the kink. Tristan Roberts gets a run on him, and he does not move over for the 12, allowing Lake to spin himself into the grass. Tough break for the 12 team. They had a shot to win the race for once, and then this happens. Bobby Porteau and Jared Anderson are going to get into a little fight over real estate. The 9 and the 15 get together. Kurt Walker gets involved and spins the 15 up the hill and into the wall. A few laps later, Scott Morales is going to get his chance to run into the 9 car. The 76 slides up the hill and into the wall. It has not been a good day for Scott Morales so far. He was involved in the lap 1 incident, and now this happens. More problems at the hill. This time Packer Carroll and Michael White are going to get together. They both spin up the hill. Michael White goes into the wall, but Packer Carroll doesn't. If you're wondering what Michael White thought about that move, there you go. Chris Johans is going to experience the same thing that happened to his teammate and cousin, Kevin Monroe, at the beginning of the race. His car tightens up coming through the hill, and he spins into the wall. While coming back up onto the track, Monroe almost hit the 11 and Hinata Hyuga. Chris Johans finishes him off. Don't know what that was about. The officials certainly thought the same and promptly called Chris Johans to the hauler. A few laps later, guess what? Another accident at the hill. This time Mike Andrews, Vinny Enzo, and Ryan Baldwell get together. Hinata Hyuga runs into the 23. Your points leader just ran into Mike Andrews. Tyson Lautenschlager and Philip Davidson are also involved. The damage to the 39 would throw her off the pace. There you see the mess she made of the front end of her car. Here you see her getting by Taylor Brillin. The 34 is actually pitting. She was caught up in that incident. However, Hinata Hyuga stays out for some reason. Coming through the hill, Hinata Hyuga holds up Brenda Riggs a little bit. As the 67 gets around 39, look who joins in. DJ Daniels, the man second in points. He's definitely made sure to take advantage of Hinata Hyuga's misfortunes. And look who joins the party too, Alex Carson, who sits third. There may still be hope for Carson and Daniels after all. More problems for the 39. Coming through the hill, Siju Dejao and Kevin Monroe are going to get together, spinning the 37 out, and the 39 runs into Dejao. Unlike the previous incident, this time Hugo would be forced to pit and lose even more spots. We're going to see how big of a lead Lance Andrews has in the closing laps of the race. There goes the 72, putting Olivier Martinez a lap down. And in a moment, you're going to see Tristan Roberts in the 29 in second place, more than 6 seconds back, and several seconds behind Roberts is going to come Mario Franchetti in car number 4, sitting third, then Philip Davidson, Ryan Baldwell, Earl McDermott, Leigh Grill, Leslie Riggs, and Travis Keating. Even more problems for Michael White and Scott Morales. They get together, taking the 0 hard into the wall. The 76 almost flips him over. Morales would keep going, but Michael White would have to drop out of the race. Believe it or not, White would be the first DNF of this race. With just 2 laps to go, Lance Andrews still had a huge lead over Tristan Roberts, but in typical Lance Andrews fashion, the engine grenades on him. Apparently, the racing gods thought that Lance Andrews in victory lane would mess with the natural order. However, this would be the best thing to ever happen to Tristan Roberts in his Elite Series career. There he goes, flying by the crippled 72 to assume the lead. And with his nearest rival about 8 seconds back, Tristan Roberts would cruise on to take his first ARLA Elite Series victory. It's too bad he's moving down to the Truck Series next year after finally showing what he can do. And now, here are the top 5 in points going into Rockford. Hinata Hyuga with 1,300 points king, very close to clinching the title. Alex Carson is 49 points back, he takes over second. DJ Daniels is third, 51 points back. Leigh Gruel is in a really tough scenario. Gruel is in championship contention, but if he is to win the title, he has to win at Rockford, and Hyuga has to finish last. Now, if that happens, they would be tied for the lead. However, the tiebreaker would be that Gruel would have 2 wins, while Hyuga only had 1. Complete results and points are located in the ARLA section of the EFR forums.